Hey, it's Sarah here. I am the author of Kate's Capital as well as many other books. And today I'm here to help you utilize Microsoft Word better. And there are so many tools within Microsoft that are just so helpful as a writer. You really don't need any other writing program, at least I've found. Um, I use OneNote for a few other functions, but pretty much when I'm writing and formatting and all of that, this is the only program I need. I have Microsoft Word 2010, but a lot of the functions that are here can be found in both older and newer versions. If you want to find the function, Google is great. I've done this all the time. Where is such and such a function? And it's really helpful. So the first thing I want to show you today is one of my absolute favorite tools. This is because I have beta readers who will read the book and give me comments and edits back for the first time, and just so that I can get an idea of what needs to change, what works. And so, but I want to be able to compare the two documents at the same time. And so I like to go to my View tab, and then this is a really easy function. You see that down here I have two Courage and Corruptions opened. And all I have to do is hit View Side by Side, and both of these open up. If you'll notice, there are two things highlighted here. Not only are you viewing side by side, but also we have synchronized scrolling. This is really cool because then what you do, and I'm going to use my touch screen just to scroll down, we're in sync. Now, obviously, we have a little bit of a difference here. See, I have a table of contents here where the version that my editing person did not have. So we're now off sync. But here's the cool thing. So what you can do is unhighlight that, so we're no longer synchronized. But then you can scroll this up. Okay, so this is now sync. Hit that again, and we're back to syncing. And this is just really helpful, so you can just scroll along the entire time, and you're right where you were. This all the time, and the great thing is, it's like, even when it gets off, like I said, all you have to do is take it off synchronized scrolling, move it, and then sync that back up. And you can now see both documents at the same time. Forgive me, I have a pretty sore throat. I'm getting over a cold. Alright, now some of the other things I'd like to show you today are just going to be awesome ways of utilizing the, forgive me, my email likes to come up sometimes on whims. It's just some great tools for being able to use Microsoft for your editing and all of their needs. So probably the functions I use most when editing are here in the Review tab. When I hand a document to somebody to actually edit, I ask them to turn on Track Changes, and that's this. Okay, here we are at the beginning of the book. So let's just say when they make a change, it automatically shows up, and all I have to do, so let's go through and we'll make a couple other corrections. Here we'll, make sure somebody might want me to, spell correctly, of course, but say something about my sister. The change, we'll just add, so we just put those two changes in here for right now. So when I get it back from them, all I have to do is go through like this, and I can accept or reject those comments, and it'll tell me when I'm done seeing it. Another thing that is great in this is also putting comments in. So you can put a comment, and you could say, I think you should say this is your maiden sister. And again, you can go through and put next comment. I use the comments all the time when I'm editing. I will go, if I'm working on my book and I realize something needs to be changed towards the beginning or in a specific chapter, I'll go back and put one of these comments in. So I don't stop my editing, my writing process, but I don't forget that I need to change something. And those can be easily just taken out. I use these several times. I'm just going to open up a document here. An upcoming book that I'm actually really excited about that I got to read, be part of the beta read, which, let's see here. Is it in here? I must have moved it. Well, I won't show it to you then. It has I just going to show you how I use comments a lot. Sometimes some of my friends will send me things and I just use the comments to tell them, oh, it would help to look for it in the correct folder. Yeah, there it is. So when somebody sends me a book, I'm not very good at catching mistakes made, but I will use the comments to show them how I reacted to the story, which is so helpful as a writer to know at times, just to know how people are reacting to things. This is actually Suit and Suitability by Kelsey Bryant. Awesome book. I cannot wait for it to come out officially. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this down. And again, one of the nice things is you could do a compare. This you could actually pull in multiple versions of the, you could pick out a version of the document you do and then pick up revised versions, and it will actually show you differences and stuff. So that's helpful as well. I haven't used that as much. I told you I use OneNote for some, for just keeping ideas and stuff. You can link notes here is the thing. So if I've linked a note to Courage of Corruption, I can pull those up with a click of a button. I usually don't link any, but that's a help. I have done it in the past some, and it's been very helpful. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually some formatting tips. I'm just going to give you a real quick hint. If you will do these formatting things, you pretty much have a formatted ebook. You could upload that, if you follow these steps, you are pretty much ready to go as far as uploading for ebook, as long as you follow the formatting. Ebooks are not as hard as some people, formatting them at least is not as hard as some people make it out to be, but it is, you do have to format it correctly. So we're going to go into my writing folder, and we're going to open up a short story. Here, let's see here. So what we're going to do, I'm actually going to take this out here. And we are going to, so this is one of my short stories, Admirable. It's a prequel to one of my Tales of Taylor stories. So when you are looking at a document, if you want to see how the formatting actually looks, there's a really annoying button here. Who of us has not pushed this? And all these little dots and figures show up, and it's a little bit annoying, especially at least to me. I find it very distracting. And however, these are going to show you if you're on target. First thing what you want to do is up here, it's really helpful. You can modify your normal script. If you set up a document using this, your life is going to be so much easier. You can actually modify and do based all documents that you open, blank documents on this template. and you go, okay. Then we're going to go actually to the paragraph section, because this is where it's really helpful. So if you see, you want to indent the first line. I usually either do it at 5 or 3. So, that will indent your paragraphs correctly. Using the spacebar does not format things correctly, just so you know. It doesn't work, at least correctly when it's translating into ebook stuff. A lot of this is, you could just this is learning. We can walk through a bunch of this, but we're not going to take the time to do every little thing that you could do with Word. But you could pick your font, what size, just all the basic stuff is here. I'm going to go and cancel that because I like how this is set up. And then, but see what you could do, since your paragraphs are formatted correctly, when you hit enter to go to another line, to a new paragraph, it's already indented. If there is an indent that is like this, it will show up incorrectly in a lot of places. It's going to mess with your spacing and stuff. If you indent like this, especially if you go to do like an ebook and stuff, it will show up correctly. So this is just all little formatting things. Next thing, we're going to put this, let's just pretend, we're just going to put this and do it normal. So, and pretend this is how we've done our chapter titles for a while. So this doesn't look right, but instead of just, instead of doing this business where we'll take out the indent, shove it to the middle, bold it, make it go up a couple sizes, which looks right, it won't translate correctly when we go to the next step I'm going to show you. So let me just show you real quick how you do that, how you correctly do a heading for a chapter title and whatnot. And you use your heading here, which is like your what we did for normal. You're going to right click, push modify, and see this is how I format the Talus group. This is how I like them to look, with this font and whatnot. But you could do it with any font. I mean, let's just decide we want a Cooper Black, and 16 point is a good point to do it on. Make sure it's centered. That's always looks good. And then for headers, you also want to make sure go into paragraph and make sure your first line is not indented, because you want it to be in the center of the page, not indented and then centered, because then it'll look wrong. So we go okay, and let's hit that heading. Voila, it's made into a heading. Now here's the really cool thing with Word. Okay, we're going to go in and see everything that was in heading changed to match this setting. That's the really cool thing. If you decide you want to change things later on, so let's change normal, go right click, hit modify. If I want to change all my text to be Cooper Black, watch this. Ha, everything is changed. So that's a really nice way to modify everything in one fell swoop. So if you do stuff correctly, it really helps you to be able to, especially style things how you want them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put in a page break right here. When you go to instead of doing this business to do a different page, to format correctly, what you want to do is go to Insert, Page Break. Voila. Doing it another way will not show up correctly when you go to do ebooks and whatnot. So this is how you want to do it. And like I said, so now we're going to do something that's really cool. So you've gone through and done all your chapter titles in headings. You can then go to to Reference, Table of Contents, Insert Table, and alright, don't show page numbers. Ta-da! You have now a linked thing that will go to any chapter. Well, thanks. That's how I use Microsoft Word. I hope this has been helpful. This is Sarah Holman signing off.